Well, what a difference a day or two makes in this weather. Really, you could feel a big difference today.
We're not going to grow old waiting for it to get warm, I can tell you that, because it's going to happen pretty quickly. Good. And the only thing we really have to worry about, and this is no big deal, clouds coming and going, we can take that. And we can also take these temperatures I'll have for you right after this. With each day this week, we'll show you this exact temperature graph, and we should see results and improvement as we go along. 40-degree temperatures today, 50s and 60s and 70s, waiting in the wings out to the west, and with our winds going out of the southwest tomorrow toward the northeast, that'll tend to bring this warmer air in, and then we'll just let the sun do its job over the next several days after that and increase us even more. As I said, we're heading for 60-degree temperatures, I think, by about Thursday and Friday, and maybe one shot at 70 or maybe a little bit above that before a Pacific cool front works its way in this weekend. I say Pacific because I wanted to distinguish that between an Arctic cold front, which is what we've managed to bring down here around here lately. Now, this is this cloud deck. The higher white clouds are showing up, but also underneath that is a gray area of lower clouds. And what's trying to happen tonight under these southerly winds is some sprinkles and light showers are breaking out, and we'll tend to want to move up north, but we'll also be pushed off to the east. So the net effect, I think, if there are any sprinkles or light showers at all, it'll be from Springfield on to the east, and this won't be heavy by any stretch of the imagination. Cloudy and 44 right now at the airport. 60% relative humidity. We have south winds and a falling barometer, 30.18. Looking at the almanac today, no rain to talk about, despite the fact that it got cloudy here by mid-afternoon. 48, though, the high. South winds doing the job there. We started out clear and calm this morning, though, so we dropped all the way down to 17 for a low. Our normal low temperature has come up 1 more degree, and we're going to start to see that improve more and more over the next several days. Of course, March is when it moves the fastest. I thought this would be a good time to go back over some of the snowstorms we've had since the weather is looking so optimistic. You can probably take this news. Way back on November 10th and 11th, we had snow in Springfield. That, if you remember, was after the Lebanon tornado. We had a 3-inch snowstorm on December 8th, 3.3. These are all Springfield numbers, and I've indicated here where it was heavier. This storm was much heavier to the north of us. We had a little bit just before New Year's Eve. That was mixed with sleet and some ice. Then on January 2nd, that was the big one with the heavier snow off to the east of us, 12 inches and more in some areas. January 5th and 6th, we had just over 3. On the 18th, we had a little bit more, and of course, most recently, almost 2 inches. That was a band from McDonald County over to Dent County, running just south of Springfield. And you can watch the progression of these weather systems tonight. See this low gray area here? That's the low cloud deck I was talking about. And it's hard to see, but it actually comes up underneath the higher clouds. And actually, it's all moving very fast. So that's why we're not really going to forecast heavy rain. It's just not going to stick around long enough. The clouds will clear in Springfield here tomorrow before anywhere else. So that will help us to warm, I think, to maybe the upper 50s with sunshine returning to the area by late in the afternoon. And as I said, highs in the 50s, 60s just out to our west. And we'll be enjoying those readings over the next several days. Forecast then for tonight, we're looking at cloudy skies. A few sprinkles could develop to the east of the city, and a low temperature of 36 degrees. Tomorrow, decreasing clouds across the area. Areas to our east may see the clouds all day, a high of 57. And then tomorrow night, mostly clear, a low of 35. On Thursday, partly cloudy and warmer with a high of 62 degrees. And there's the 60-degree temperatures lasting into the weekend. And when it cools down by 20 degrees like you see there between Saturday and Sunday, it's okay because we've built a buffer. We can take a 20-degree hit and still be above normal.
That's right. What a big difference between this coming weekend and this past weekend.
And, you know, we go back over the records. We've had a lot of those. In December, we had one weekend of 60s, then we went below 0 the next weekend, and then 60s after that. Very strange pattern.
Okay, we'll see what it means for the springtime and the bugs and
you bet.
All that type of stuff. Thanks a lot. A total of $34,000 in private grant dollars is being distributed among 8 Springfield schools. The money is from the